Chapter 2, Section 1.4. This is Part 2 of that 1.4's videos. We're starting to work the beginning problems of the homework. In this problem, we're looking at slope or a rate, and it's going to be a comparison of ratios. So Carl runs 100 meters in 10 seconds, and Anthony runs 200 meters in 19.6 seconds. Who has the fastest average speed? Well, Carl is 100 over 10, which is meters over seconds, right? And Anthony is 200 over 19.6, right? That's meters over seconds, right? Meter per second. That would be speed, right? So let's see, 100 divided by 10 is 10 meters per second. That's for Carl. And let's see, 200 divided by 19.6 is 10.204 meters per second. So who has the fastest? Well, Anthony does, right? So you've got a couple problems like that to begin with in the homework. All right, so graph the line by the intercept method. Okay, so what they're wanting you to kind of do is find the x, y intercept and then look at them to find the slope. And so first things first, if I'm going to find the x-intercept, the y value is 0. And if I do this, that is 21x plus 12 times 0, right, equals negative 84. Well, that's 21x equals negative 84. And of course, if I divide by 21, the x-intercept equals, let's see, negative 84 divided by 21 is negative 4, which is negative 4 comma 0, right? So now if I look at y-intercepts, that means x equals 0. So if I plug x into 0, this 21 times x is going to go away. So 21 times 0 plus 12y equals negative 84. Oh me, oh my. See if I can drag that. Alright, I'm just going to cut it. Okay. Okay, so that goes to 0. That's 12y equals 84. Divide both sides by 12. So the y-intercept equals, that should be 7, right? And it's 0 comma 7 for the y-intercept here. And then negative 4 comma 0. Alright, so if you do a quick, what I call a quick etch-a-sketch, let's just do one real quick here. And plot these points. Let's plot 0, 7. That's up here, right? 7. And then negative 4 is down here, right? Right there. So what they're wanting you to do is to to look at this and know that the change in x is 4 and that the change in y equals 7. That's how much is it going up this way, how much is it going over. Right, so let me highlight. So there, if you do this, then what you've got to understand is slope is change in y over change in x. And the reason why I graphed it like this is you should be able to see that if I were to connect those dots, that I would have a line that is going up. Okay, as far as this increase, it's a positive. So looking at change in y is 7, change in x is 4. So the slope is 7 over 4. So that's what they are wanting you to do when they ask for the x and y intercepts. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you this example, but the only reason I'm going to show you this example is back in section 1.2, I think in chapter 1, I showed you how to clear the fractions, right? For the x, y intercepts, which if I wanted to on this one, I'd just multiply everything by 20, right? And if I multiplied everything by 20 up here, that would give me, let's see, 20 divided by 5 is 4x. 20 divided by 4 is 5y equals 1, right? So, that's what it's giving you. So, you can change it around, but I'm going to work it kind of like what I've got here, and I'm just going to show you just one of them. If I want the x-intercept, y is equal to 0, so the y is going to go away, so that leaves me x over 5 equals 1, and x is being divided by 5, so I'll multiply both sides by 5, so that's x equal to 5. Okay. I think when I've done that previously, let me go back. I want to fix a mistake, and I think I just saw the mistake. Yeah, sorry. This should not have been a 1. Let me just write over it. If I multiplied everything, that should be a 20, right? So not a 1. So there, I forgot to multiply everything by it. That was my bad. So now that I've got that cleared up, and you're like, okay, he fixed this mistake. Let's look at the x-intercept. So it'll have x over 5 equals 1. So I would multiply both sides by 5. So the x-intercept is 5, which would be 5, 0, right? So you can do it like this and not even have to worry about clearing your fractions. So, y is equal to 0, this right here is going to go away, right? And vice versa, if I was looking for the x or the y-intercept, real quick, y-intercept, x equals 0, so this would go away, and I'd have negative y over 4 equal to 1, and then I would multiply both sides by negative 4, which would give me the y-intercept of being negative 4. Okay, and then just plot it, and you've got your change in x and change in y, right? And you find slope. All right. The line has a slope of negative 3/5. Find the vertical change associated with each horizontal change. So if you think about this, change in y over change in x equals change in y over change in x. This is the old one, right? This is the negative 3/5, right? Equals, well, if you look at this, this would be change in y over, if I look at the first one, that'd be 15, right? So that means I would multiply both sides by 15. But I want to show you something real quick. If in doing that cancels, just leaves you changing, and that would be what? Negative 9 equals change in y. But I want to show you in a quick equation. So you got change in y over change in x times the new change in x should be the change in y. And if you look at this, you can see that this would still work out good. We would have negative 3/5 times 15, which is equal to change in y. Ladies and gentlemen, that would still give me negative 9 equals change in y. So you'd probably prefer this equation But you can set it up as 2 ratios, right? Little proportion. But when you move, if you take this change in X here and multiply both sides by it, it really gives you that equation. So you just take these and just multiply them. So it'd be negative 3/5 times negative 25. Negative 3/5 times 2. That would be positive 15, I think. And then this would be negative 6/5. Excuse me. So you kind of get the idea of what you're doing there, okay? So just I use that formula, and that's this right here, right? Here's your change in X and change in Y, and then here's your new change in X, right? So just kind of do it like that, and you're good. All right, so here's one that you've got a couple problems on that if you'll just, it doesn't give you a scale over here other than both axes, 1 square represents 1 unit, right? So I want you to kind of do this. You're going to make basically a right triangle, right? So I want to know the change in X and I want to know the change in Y. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, then my slope is change in Y over change in X, which is 4 over 4, which is 1. So my slope would be, I'm assuming that they want M equals 1. They may just want you just to put 1, okay? Which is probably what they want you to do. But that's probably, it's like 20-something problems in this 1.4 homework, 21 I think. So that gets you to about the first 10 or so. So that concludes section 1.4, part 2's video.